Hey, October 24th. We're back. We'll see how this how this goes. I am having periodic coughing fits here as I get over a cold. Uh, so as long as I don't talk, I don't cough. But when I talk, I cough. So I've got a nice big thing of hot tea here. So hopefully that will help things out here. Hope everybody's been doing well. Put the link in the usual places. So get people to join in here and talk some photography and some images. Try to end this earlier rather than later. It might end earlier than even earlier, depending how much I can talk here. But it is not COVID. It's a coronavirus, but it is not COVID-19. Just a basic cold with the post-nasal drip and all that stuff that comes with it. Typical cold for me is 1 day of not feeling real good, and then 5 days of feeling okay, except for the coughing. So I'm going on day 2 of the things feeling good, except for the coughing. So I should be good by hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday. Hopefully better by tomorrow. I've got a lot of work stuff, meetings that I need to do, but everybody's doing well. Been a good busy couple of weeks here. We're almost at the end of October. Halloween is next week. We're into November and onward to the holiday season, with Thanksgiving being basically 1 month from today. Really, what is it? Yeah, 25th. So what? 4.5 weeks from today. So it's coming up fast. But it's been a good weather here the last week or so. The weather's been cool and dry. So it's been nice fall weather here in the Atlanta area. The leaves up in the mountains are getting close to peak color. I guess they were saying some spots are pretty close, but for the majority, it's going to be next week, I think. Yeah, they're thinking next week. So right around Halloween, that next weekend will probably be the last hurrah for the color in the North Georgia mountains, which is just a little later than normal, maybe a week or so later than normal, and that might be just due to the summer that we had here. But so yeah, fall color. I know here's somebody that has lots of fall color around his house right now. Is Wes? Hey, Wes.
Yeah, green color.
Yeah, all the palm trees they turn colors in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Do you get any? You have some hardwoods down there. You have some oaks and stuff, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the oaks don't really change colors, but we do have like maples and sweet gums and stuff like that change color.
Okay. Yeah, so you get some color. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The mountains are getting there, and I'm starting to see some color. Like I've got a sweet gum out here in the yard, and well, the whole yard's covered, but it's mostly pine trees. But there's some hardwoods mixed in, and yeah, they're starting to turn. So we'll be at full peak color in our in the suburbs of Atlanta here probably in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll see if I can make it all the way through here without coughing up a lung. I'm got the tail end of a cold.
I heard that's been going around a lot.
Yeah, and it's not COVID. I did the test, and it's not that. And Pam's like, "Oh, you're going to give me COVID," and I'm like, "That's not COVID. It's a cold." He's like, "You better get a check." So then no COVID, but yeah, there was something. I mean, well, I did last weekend was like the first cool weekend here, and I did a race, road race, and it was, I don't know what it was, maybe 45 degrees at the start, which is really the first really cool morning. And it was a race, so I knew I'd warm up, but I started off kind of chilled, kind of in a short sleeve shirt and kind of chilled. And I'm sure that did it, because especially the last year or so, with everybody, last cold and flu season, everybody was inside or social distancing, so they weren't seeing people. That's what they're all concerned about this year, is people getting the flu shot, because now that people are more out and about, they're thinking the flu is going to be worse than normal because we didn't have it last year. So maybe the same thing is with the cold. I don't know, but it's I've got about 2 or 3 days of coughing here. I feel fine, just the coughing. So, so things been going good for you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. Work going good and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Busy, but
yeah, that's better than the alternative, I guess. Yeah, we're kind of coming into pretty relatively busy month for us, and it slows down a little bit, the week before Thanksgiving, pretty much to the end of the year. But from now through October and into November gets pretty busy. Then starts slowing down right before Thanksgiving. So lots of work to do, which is good though. Keeps me out of trouble. So, anything photography related new in your life? Anything?
No, unfortunately, these past couple weeks I haven't done much of anything.
Okay.
Photography wise.
Yeah. Just been working.
Yep. Mostly
working. Yeah. I haven't done much photography wise for the last few months, so yeah, I know the feeling. Do you guys get much of a migration? Do you get birds stop over there? Mike, do you get much of a fall migration?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different species and stuff that come through here. I don't follow it close enough to know what's coming through, but yeah, there's.
Yeah, I would say you're probably kind of in that time right now, I think, where you'd be getting a lot of birds kind of coming south and stopping over, kind of last stop before they have to fly across the Gulf or whatever they're doing. Yeah.
I mean, and we obviously get the sandhill cranes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There are other things that come through as well.
Yeah, I would think, you'd get, I don't know, some of the smaller birds that go to Mexico or something for the winter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's probably a good amount of different species available to photograph now. How about you, Dennis? How's it going?
Sounds like you're as bad as me. I've had a crappy cold.
I'm at the tail end of a cold. I had one day where I was kind of felt, kind of out of it, a low fever, and now just days of coughing. I've probably got another couple days, 2 to 3 days left for me. Are you doing the same thing?
I started with really bad headache for 2 days. Then the throat.
Okay.
Sore throat, then ears off balance.
Okay.
Then I just spent wonderful 48 hours with just dripping nose and now it's a cough. I've been coughing all week.
Yeah. That's mine started on Friday. I was just kind of sitting here working Friday afternoon. I'm like, oh, I don't feel so good. Yeah. And went to the, like I was telling Wes, went to the drugstore and got the home COVID test just to make sure it wasn't COVID. There you go. It's just pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Rapid test, self-testing.
Yeah, I've done that because you don't know, do you? It's the same symptoms when you. Yeah,
it is. I was like a cough, and I was like, well, I can still smell and I can still taste, so that's good. But yeah, I did the 2 tests and they came back negative, and
can't smell nothing, can't taste anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you might start coughing in a minute.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm fine as long as I'm not talking, but when I talk, I start coughing. So.
I've done a test just to make sure, but apparently over here there's a real horrendous cold going around. Everyone's getting it because and then a couple of days after I got it, Ben got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Then his girlfriend got it. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
so
Has your wife gotten it yet? Has your wife gotten it yet?
no, she didn't get it. No, so we reckon she was.
I'm expecting Pam to catch it. She's been saying you're going to give me a cold now. I'm like, hey, that's not my problem.
Well, I suspect that she was the carrier, just infected the rest of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Typhoid Mary, we call her now.
Yeah, I'm sure she likes that. Okay, so we got 2 out of 4 have a cold. How about you, James? How's it going?
I'm doing fine. I'm in Myrtle Beach. I'm just at my sister's house.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have a cold?
Yeah. Do you have a
Have
cold?
a cold? No, it's
Yeah.
warm here.
Oh, okay. Do you have a cold though? Are you coughing and hacking or anything? No.
I know what you're saying. No, I don't have a cold.
Yeah, Mark's got one.
Yeah, I've got one. Dennis has one. So we got half of us have a cold. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
COVID did the COVID test. Yeah, there's no COVID. It's just a cold.
right.
So yeah, but so you're in Myrtle. Weather nice in Myrtle Beach, nice and warm.
Yeah, look, I'll show you.
Yeah, hopefully you're on the ocean.
No.
Oh, okay. A golf course looks like. Yeah.
No, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
the lake.
All right.
Oh, here's my sister.
Hello.
Hi, sister.
Actually, this estate doesn't have a golf course. Amazing, but it doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's just my backyard.
All right. It's a nice time of year to be there. That's for sure.
Just
Very nice. Good. So how you been, James? Haven't seen you in a few weeks. I know the last time you were over at a friend's house eating barbecue, if what your cousin tells me is correct.
Yeah. Well, I go over there on Sunday afternoons. Obviously, I didn't go today because I'm here.
Yeah.
Then we play corn toss and stuff like that. And sometimes I leave early enough to get all the way home to get signed on. And sometimes I say, nah, Sodom. Wait.
Yeah. We know where your loyalties lie, James. That's okay.
Yeah.
You can handle it.
I can hit like a haircut there.
Yeah, your hair's getting kind of longer.
Do you know I haven't had it cut for a while?
Really?
I'm starting to get afraid if I have it cut, it might not go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, I got the files. I just haven't watched them yet.
Have you downloaded them?
No, not yet.
Yeah, because
I'm on the computer.
I didn't get a notification that you downloaded them. I sent you an old Morse, and I sent you tonight's Larkins.
Right. Yeah.
So you got them both.
Yeah, I just didn't download them, and I knew you'd waiting for me to send you the signal to download.
No. As soon as you download it, they send it to me that it's been downloaded.
That's what I mean. That's why I didn't download them, so you didn't get notified.
Okay. Yeah. I got another series I can send you. It's four episodes, but better let you download them first.
Well, you know what? One of my neighbours said to me about TV shows, and I said, no, I don't have cable. I'm not paying for cable. And he said, have you heard of Pluto? And I said, no. He said, try that. Download Pluto. It has loads of movies and shows on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. So Pluto has lots of content then.
Yeah. I mean, so I looked at it the other day and I thought, oh, there's too many here. I don't know what to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That P Cloud's quite good, really, because I'm sending my cousin files of HD programs, and you can send 5 gigabyte. Fine, it's all free. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good service. Yeah. And it just takes a while to upload and download.
Upload.
Look, when Dennis sends it to me and I download it, it doesn't take long at all.
Okay.
Uploading it. I've got a fast upload, but it still takes about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Load. Yeah.
And how long does it take to download something like that? A few minutes, probably 2 or 3.
When I download it my end, it takes a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot faster download than it is up.
But try that application out. Pluto is called.
Pluto.
Free.
Okay.
Free.
All right. Yeah, we have a Roku operating system on our TV. Do you have a Roku TV, Wes?
Yeah, mine's a Roku TV. We don't hardly use it, but
did you see the thing that they're having a dispute with Google on search results or whatever. So apparently, starting December 9th, the YouTube TV and the YouTube app won't be available to download on the Roku store anymore. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I have Apple TV that we use mostly for our streaming stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
When I say Apple TV, I'm using the Apple TV that uses it like Roku. It's a gateway. I'm not using the Apple TV where you subscribe to it.
No,
You know what
just the little Apple box, and then you can get Hulu and Netflix and YouTube and all that stuff in there.
Yeah. It's kind of like a gateway.
Yeah, and our only main TV has the Roku on it, so we've got to use.
You can download Pluto, and you get a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying, but we've been doing YouTube TV for I don't know, a couple years. But I guess if you have the app on your TV, you can still keep it. They're just not going to have it available in the store to download onto your TV after December 9th. But that's probably only going to be. They'll come up with some agreement, I'm sure.
It's getting ridiculous because every time you want to see a show, you have to sign on and apply to this app, and it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once you set it up on the TV, it works fine. But yeah, there's what the question is whether Roku will keep it on there. But apparently, they're going to keep the app available if you have it, but you won't be able to download new versions of the app. Or if you get a new Roku TV, it won't be on there. So. Yeah, well, we shall see. Everybody's arguing over payment rights, and I guess the thing with Google was they wanted preferential treatment in search results. So if somebody searched for something on their TV,
they go first.
Google wanted to be Google first instead of anybody else. So that's the.
I'm sure everybody would like to be first.
Yeah, exactly. So. And they claim they didn't do it, and now apparently Roku has an email from a Google executive saying if we're going to be on your platform, this is what we want. And so they're now they're into a pissing match about who said what when, and so it'll be interesting to see how that gets resolved.
Anyone did any photographs this week?
Not me. Dennis, no.
I was playing around with a few of the GIMP filters, but. You'd seen some of them before, so I didn't bother putting them up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, how about you, James? Have you been down there all week, or?
No, I arrived today. We drove down today.
Oh, okay.
I'm here till maybe Thursday.
Okay. All right. How far is that? 3 or 4 hours for you?
It's just over 3 hours for me. But when she goes to Morrisville to her daughter's house, it's roughly 4.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not too far away.
No. She's always up and down anyway. They don't mind the driving.
Yeah. It's a long drive, but it's not that long. I mean, it's easy to do.
After picking me up today at my house and then driving here, it took just over 3 hours.
Okay.
And when you got a passenger in the car and you're talking, it goes by quick.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, if you're occupied. Yeah, if you're just driving by yourself, just listening to. Well, either that or you've got to be listening. I find music makes it hard, but if you listen to like a podcast or something where you actually have to pay attention to what's being said.
Well, my sister uses those video books.
Oh, okay.
Video booking or whatever they call them.
Okay, yeah, the audio. Okay, yeah. That's a secret for me. Is if I'm driving, I've got to have something that I have to actively listen to. Music, you just can kind of tune out a little bit. But so it's either audiobooks or podcasts or something like that. So you have to actually listen to what people are saying. That makes it a lot easier.
But in those audio books, do they have one person speaking, or do they have multiple people to play different characters?
It depends. A lot of them is one, but some are multiple characters or multiple people. But most of the ones I've listened to are one person.
A lot of times it's like an actor or something, somebody who can really give it some.
Yeah.
What you'd call it, make it interesting.
Yeah, like a voiceover artist, not just the author. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Someone that can get into the character as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can give the right vocal inflections that reflect what's actually on the page.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a performance, not just a delivery.
Yeah, and that's the challenge with audiobooks. If you have somebody that's good at doing that, that makes it a lot more interesting.
If they're monotone, it's boring.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is why most authors don't read their books, because they've seen the words a million times as they're writing it and putting it together. So if they get asked to
where's
read
Joe?
it, Joe is at the football game.
Oh,
He's
okay.
at the Arizona Cardinals are playing the Texans, I think, in Arizona. So he's going to the game today, and I think he's going on Thursday too. It's one of those weeks where Arizona plays today, and then they play on Thursday, and Thursday night football.
Yeah.
So he's going to be going to 2 games. So there are 2 home games pretty much back to back. So he's.
He'll have no money left by the time it's finished.
What's that?
He'll have no money left by the time.
No. Well, he buys season tickets, and then he only goes to 3. He might go to half the games. So there's another 4 games, that he can sell typically. So he ends up breaking even pretty much because he sells the tickets for more than what he paid for them a lot of times.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So, he may pay. I mean, he's got to front the money to buy the tickets, which, is probably a couple $1,000s a year or whatever. But I think he gets back enough in selling the tickets, for the games he doesn't want to go to, that he can go to the games he wants and get the seat that he wants. That's a real important thing, is get a good seat. And then he doesn't pay a lot out of pocket to go to the games. So.
Wes, you been to a football game?
Me?
Have you, Wes? Yeah.
Have you
I've
been?
been to one NFL game. I went to a Jaguars game many years ago.
Okay. You haven't been to University of Florida game at all?
Yeah, I've been to plenty of Gator,
Okay, I was going to say college football.
games, yeah.
Yeah.
But just one NFL game.
Yeah. I've been to. How about you, James? You been to? Well, Dennis, they were playing last week. Did you go last week?
No, I was just going to say the last time I went to a football match, it was Queen's Park Rangers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and that was around in the 1960s.
Okay.
When I first came to this country and I went to a football game, I went to see the Jets because I was living in New Jersey.
Mhm.
And my mate and I went in there and I looked and I thought, wow, it was so colourful. And I said, and everyone gets a seat.
Yeah. We had to stand up last time I went.
When we used to go see Queen's Park Rangers, only members had the seats and everybody else had to stand up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just leaned against the bar, wasn't it? I remember.
Yeah, these bars were what they call those crush bars or something, but they're all over the place because the crowd goes mad and start pushing. So those bars would be a resistance to stop the push going further. Otherwise, a lot of people get crushed.
Oh, the only people who get crushed in that is the people that are right next to the bar. They get crushed, and everybody else is fine.
Yeah, but that bar falls down sometimes and it continues in an avalanche.
Yeah, I remember it being freezing cold. I thought, I ain't coming here again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to a few football games, but it's been a long time. We used to go see, and I grew up in Pittsburgh. We used to go to Steeler games. Had a friend of the family who was he was a sporting goods buyer for a local store chain. So he'd get tickets, as promotional stuff or whatever. So we'd go to one or 2 games every couple of years, and that was fun. But yeah, a couple of those games were so cold. December in Pittsburgh, open air stadium, yeah.
It's fun to be there for the atmosphere, but if you actually want to see the game, it's better to watch it on TV.
Yeah, it is. It really is, yeah. And of course, college, went to a lot of games that are in college because you just go and drink and, it's more about the social event than the game, really.
Yeah.
But no pro games in a long time. It's just so expensive now to go to games.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to pay $200-300 for one game to not really be able to see the whole game. It's like, yeah, I could watch it at home, get instant replay, be in the comfort of my chair, have myself a couple of good drinks, and save $290. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes me very happy. So, All right. So no, Wes didn't buy any camera equipment. Dennis, you've been sick, so you haven't bought any camera equipment.
No, but I was looking at camera gear this week.
Uh-oh.
I was looking at all the full frame cameras which are on the market now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because before it was Leica only, and then it was Sony, and Nikon came on, wasn't it? And Canon. Yeah, but I was looking at a Panasonic now, a Panasonic S1 and an S5.
Huh.
Yeah, I was looking at the S5 because it's a really small camera, and it's full frame. And you know, I haven't looked for quite a while. I didn't realise they were all jumping on the bandwagon, bringing out full frame.
Wow. No, I didn't either.
Yeah, it's got a fully articulating screen on it as well, so it's supposed to be very good for video.
Yeah, I think it's very, very focused on video rather than photography.
Yeah, but it's still got the same screening as the S1, which is really expensive, like $3,000.
Yeah. Let me show you here, because yeah, that's the and so yeah, it's kind of in that same price range then as the
the Sony Mark II.
Yeah, kind of all in that same yeah, this, so you were looking at the S5.
Yeah.
$2,300.
Yeah, that's
and
with
then
the lens.
S1 is $3,500.
Yeah, it's cheaper without a lens. You just buy the body only.
So what's the, okay, so so it's a video capability. So the S5 says UK UHD 4K 60. And the S1 does 6K 24. Wow. Okay. So that's the difference. So it can do a.
Yeah, and it's alloy body. You know, it's not plastic. So.
Oh, okay. That's the difference. Okay.
Yeah, they said it was like a GH5. You know, the Micro Four Thirds version.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's a smaller camera than that, and it's full frame.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. So the S5 body only is $2,000, $2,300 for a 20 to 60, and then the body only for the S1 is well, they've got it on sale for $3,500. So it's
they reckon that 2060 is worth the 200 extra because it's supposed to be reasonable lens for the money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean that's probably not a bad price for that.
How many of you use the video on a camera? I never use my video.
Oh, no, I never use it for video, but it's supposed to be very good for people who are doing the old vlogging, isn't it? You know, because you can turn the screen round and set it up. It's supposed to be.
So probably the S5 would be fine for your typical YouTuber, right, Wes? I mean, that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what they should do is have a camera as both, as a camera with the video and a camera without the video, because not everybody uses video and it could save a lot of money.
Yeah, but they're all hybrids. All of them are hybrids, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sonys as well. Yeah.
It doesn't cost them any extra to make it shoot video, really.
No,
Yeah, it's a little different chip, probably. Some more firmware, probably.
A little more programming, and they can add it.
Yeah, a little bit of software. That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the sensor is what the sensor is. I mean, if you're going to get a 25 megapixel sensor or whatever, this is 24.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got a rotating and, so you can flip it around. So for selfie mode, and you can see yourself while you're filming. Wow.
Yeah. What I liked about the screen was that you can actually close it with the glass in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So it's protected when it's in the bag.
Yeah, so you can do that, and then that probably defaults to then you only use the viewfinder.
Yeah, because it does a 360. It's
Yep.
Yeah. The Canon ones are the same way. You can close
Yeah.
the screen in.
So the question is, who makes Canon makes their own sensors?
Yes.
Now Panasonic, are they using?
I don't know what sensors they're using.
using Sony sensors,
It's a collaboration with Leica, so it might be something Leica based. I don't know.
So how long have these been out? Because I haven't been
about a year.
About a year?
Yeah,
didn't know they were on the market. I think it's about a year.
Wow. And how have they been reviewed? Have they been?
Yeah, I think it's autofocus system. It's just contrast still. So it's not as good as the Sony.
Okay, which has the phase and contrast, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
That's it. Yeah. So, but it's got a lot going for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because basically all I want is the full frame sensor. I don't need all the bells and whistles what go with it.
Yeah, and then this way you could use all your lenses on this.
Yeah, yeah, because it's an L fit front that you get adapters for nothing for them. You could put all your Leica lenses on there, or anybody else's lenses.
So are you looking for a new camera, Dennis?
Well, it's got no AA filter, this either, so it's probably going to be better for. Sonys are quite bad, aren't they, for putting other people's lenses on because of their thick filter stack.
Mm-hmm. That's
Whereas
probably the big con for that is because of that. Doesn't do well with non OEM lenses.
Yeah, Sony seems to do a curved picture. What comes out of all their lenses, and of course Leica's flat, so that's why they won't work. That's why you get the smearing and the blurring in the corners, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, so you can get a 50. They've got some good, so for basically 100, you get the nifty 50, basically, a 1.8. And you get the combo. Okay. Yeah, so 300 for the 20 to 60 and 100 for the 50 millimeter. And you got a 20, you got a 16 to 35. That's kind of interesting. Ooh, that's a good lens. Because it's $1,500 for the lens.
Yeah.
Is that an f4 constant aperture 16 to 35 f4? So.
Yeah, I mean, I started off looking at the new Sony 7C.
Mm-hmm.
It's the compact one with the small eyepiece in the corner. It looks like a rangefinder.
Okay. All right. And what is the price on that?
About the same money.
So here, are these the new ones? Which one were you looking at? The 3?
It's A7C compact.
A7. Yes. Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, there it is. Sony A7C. B&H is such a well put together site. There it is. So $1,800, body only. It's
got all the stuff that the Mark III's got, but it's been updated. Everything's been updated, like.
So it's a compact.
Apparently, Sony's done their colors now as well. They've altered their colors slightly.
Huh. Okay. So that's body only. So it's got so same basic in-body stabilization. Is the Panasonic in-body too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be very good, the in-body on the Panasonic, yeah.
Okay, so, but this is obviously more compact. It doesn't have it has a flip-out rotating lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what you're just getting a smaller body. So they just shrunk down the body so it's not SLR size body.
Yeah, it's got full screen again, articulated screen, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, in selfie mode. Wow.
Yeah. The only thing what turned me off in the end was it hasn't got a mechanical shutter front curtain. It's permanently electronic front shutter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and apparently that's causing problems with your bokeh on your lenses. It's blurring it. You're getting blurred backgrounds.
Which is
I know you want a blurred background, but apparently it smears it.
Oh, it's not just blurred; it's smeared and blurred.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all to do with the front curtain. Because and it only occurs when using fast glass.
Okay.
So if I stick my Voigtlander f1.2 on there, it's going to be no good. Yeah, because the guy was moaning that he's got all this expensive glass, and he goes, and I'm not getting what I paid for.
Yeah. Okay.
he says, I don't want f1.8 background blur when I've paid for an f1.2, you know.
Yeah. So is that a function of, is that going to happen with all electronic shutters, or is it?
I think it's to keep the price down. It's not a fully mechanical shutter like it is on the Mark III.
Okay.
All the Sonys we've got at the moment, they've got a mechanical shutter, and you can go full silent with electronic shutter.
Okay. So this one only has the electronic shutter, does not have a mechanical then.
Yeah, I think it's got a mechanical second shutter, but the
front.
shutter,
That's the one that makes the difference. Yeah. And it's probably. I wonder if it's space saving. That's probably why. I mean, did they have to get rid of it to shrink the size of the body down as small as it is?
No idea whether it's just cost cut. Might be a cost cut, you know.
Yeah.
But I was looking for something on the internet to find out a bit more about the problems with electronic first shutters, and there was a guy come on there, and he was a professional photographer, and he's going like he's been told about the problem, and he's gone back through all his photographs, and he's going, I can't find any, and he was using fast glass and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So he said, I can't find any problems. You see, but other people on there were listing it with 2 photographs showing what it does using a mechanical shutter, and the same picture using the electronic shutter, and it was definitely smeared out, you know.
Huh.
Yeah. So I run the first video back where the guy starts talking, and I missed the bit that I'm a Sony ambassador.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's telling everybody there ain't a problem, of course, you know.
But is it funny, like where people wouldn't notice it until it's pointed out to them?
Well, I suppose you would notice it if you did what he done, take a photograph. You know, the other guy took a photograph of a model with a blurred background, wide open, and then he took the same photograph using the electronic shutters only, and there was a definite difference between them, and you was losing light by using the electronic shutter. You were getting a darker picture.
Huh.
Yeah, so he reckons it was half stop difference between the pictures, even though it was the same settings. And when he focused in on the background, you could see amongst the trees that there was no detail, you know, like there was in the first mechanical shutter one.
Okay. Huh.
So I thought, I don't know, maybe Sony are aiming this at the videos again, like, you know, the video people. Because
probably. Yeah, we're just not quite there yet to be able to do a mechanical shutter that can read fast enough to not have issues of some sort.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. It only goes up to 1/4000th of a second.
Yeah.
Whereas you can get 8,000 out of it, but you got to go fully electronic, and you got to use ISO 50, which is crap anyway because it's all fake, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. So first, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, that's good. But you know, when you start looking into it a bit more, it's not. So good.
If you're going to be using it for pure photography and that thing, then those,
Yeah. The only thing, if you're a video guy, apparently there's no time limit on this. It will do the video, and it won't switch off. It won't overheat.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever the card will take, it'll do video for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So. It's only got 1 card slot as well, whereas the Panasonic's got 2.
Oh, okay. So
they also released the A7 IV this week.
Yes.
Didn't release it, but announced it, I guess.
You've seen the price.
I haven't
seen when is it coming out?
It was over $3,000. It's available here, I think.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a 33 megapixel high res one, isn't it?
Yeah, they raised the megapixels on it.
Oh man,
it's nice.
Yeah. What impressed me with the Panasonic, apparently there's a setting on there where it will take 8 photographs and stack them together, and give you a 96 megapixel file.
Mhm. Well,
And
Tony
apparently it's really good.
Tony Northrup says he's never actually gotten one of those to work without having some sort of anomaly to it.
Yeah, well, this is in camera. This
Yeah.
is setting on the camera, and apparently it's really good. They especially like for macro photography.
Yeah.
Eight shots and stacking, and it gives you an end file, huge end file of about 96.
Yeah, but you know when you say stacking, right? It's inside the camera. So if you stacked a load of them, does it make it a JPEG at the end, or is it?
I should imagine it's going to churn out a high res. Well, if it's a 96 megapixel file, it's going to be a raw file, isn't it? Can't see it being a JPEG.
I don't know.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they all have different, and well, Sony's had full frame for a few years, but this is really the second year that other manufacturers are really aggressively pursuing full frame cameras, full frame mirrorless cameras.
Yeah,
So are more people going back to full frame then?
As the cost is coming down, they will. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody wanted, because it makes your lenses, the focal length, what they are. If you're using third-party lenses, you're not going to put up with 50 mils being 100. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's the advantage. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. They'll just keep coming down in cost. You know, I don't think they'll get cut in half, but they're going to, you know.
Nikon's got a Z6 Mark II out, hasn't it?
Huh.
It's supposed to be quite good.
Yeah, it's getting competitive. I mean, it's getting to the point now where you're going to have full frame mirrorless. That is
the Canon R6. Is it? That's $500 more. Canon's quite expensive, apparently, isn't it, compared with the others?
Yeah, I mean, they have one that's $1,000 at full frame. So I mean, they have an option if you want to.
The RP, right?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, which is what do you lose compared to the R?
It doesn't have the top screen. It doesn't. What else? It's lower megapixels.
Okay. 26 versus 30. Yeah.
It has a smaller battery. It doesn't have a battery grip available.
Okay. Yeah.
There's different things you give up.
It's a little bit not quite as good video. It'll do 4K and it'll do HD. Yeah.
Nikon have got a Z5 out as well, haven't they? Which is a cheapie.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the autofocus is a little stronger, 5,000 points instead of 4,700. I don't know what I do with those extra 700 focus points. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched the Canadian guy on YouTube doing a thing about the camera, the Z6. And and at the beginning he goes, for all our American viewers, this is a Nikon Z6, and he goes, and I understand that you're getting paranoid, so we're putting subtitles at the bottom of the screen, and every time he mentioned it, Z6, it said ZEE in brackets. Yeah, I think he was taking a mick.
Yeah.
He did say the rest of the world say it's a Z6.
Except for us, yeah.
Yeah, for the Americans, yeah.
We're special.
Well, it's funny because I had my eyes tested the other day and I had to do the eye chart. And every time I got the Z, I always say, like, instead of saying Z, I say Z.
Yeah. It's very English of you, cousin.
Oh, you're welcome. I think of you when I say it. For Dennis, it's said.
It's said, yeah.
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, there is, when I get more time in my life, that's one of the things is to upgrade the digital camera. And now that I've had the Olympus Micro Four Thirds, I will get a full frame. So it's and that's going to be just about the time when they'll be on like generation 4 of this. So another couple years, they'll be on generation 3 or 4. And
but can't you see the writing on the wall now, Mark? Because Olympus is gone. So the only people doing Micro Four Thirds was Panasonic. And now they have produced a full frame camera, the size of a Micro Four Thirds.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So yeah, it's coming in now. I just got to wait for another generation or so in there, and then you can get a little less expensive one.
Dennis, the Olympus is gone.
The Olympus has gone out of business, isn't it?
No, they got they're do they still even list?
Yeah, I think they're still selling the stuff. Yeah, because you can use it on the Panasonics.
Yeah,
they're all interchangeable.
Yeah, they're still, but are they? I don't know. Well, here's the
EM13 for 1,500.
Yeah, body only. But is that, will they actually release? Or is it essentially just the Panasonic? What's going to be the difference? I don't know.
There's no difference. I think Panasonic's lenses had the stabilization in the lenses, whereas Olympus had it in the body. That was the main thing. Because if you put Panasonic lenses on your Olympus, then you've got wasting money, because the lenses cost a lot more in Panasonic because of the stabilization built in.
Okay, so here's the what is this? The GH5, $1,300. It doesn't say 5-axis sensor stabilization. So does that mean in body or is that lens stabilization?
Well, it's probably in body now because
so they're using Olympus's technology probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it used to be in the lens.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons maybe that's one of the benefits they got by buying Olympus was.
Yeah, if you could buy an electronic lens, but it didn't have any stabilization built in, which made it cheaper.
Yeah.
Whereas every lens you buy for the Panasonic was stabilized and cost loads of money.
Yeah. So this one doesn't look like this cheap. Well, this is but yeah, so it looks like most of theirs now have in-body stabilization in addition to, so they must be some features different between that would justify them keeping a different name on the front of the camera.
Yeah, I mean, when I had my EM1, I thought it was a good camera. It was well built, solid camera. It's just
Olympus. I think it's good.
Yeah. Do you have a 3? Do you have an EM1, James?
Mark II.
Mark II? EM1 Mark II, right? Okay. Yeah. That's it. It's a good camera. It's a very good camera.
It suits my needs. I've got 3 lenses, and that's it. I don't plan to buy another lens until I really feel like I need another lens.
Yeah, see, I only had one lens with my EM1, and I used all my Leica stuff and Zeiss, but it was a pain because it was doubling up the focal length every time. Yeah.
It turned into 150 would turn into 100.
And like your f1.4 turns into a 2.8.
One of my lenses, my zoom lenses, would do great at the football when I use it at the football because it doubled the zoom.
Yes.
Yep. Well, it's interesting. I wasn't. I really hadn't kept up with the full frame.
No, I was surprised that you got alternatives now. Whereas before it
used to be. Yeah. So that's encouraging. That means probably that they see that there's still a market for this type of stuff.
How's the sales compared to digital with cell phones? Cell phones still creeping up?
Cell phone, are always going to win because everybody wants a phone. But until they when you start making call, do this, and has a 5G chip in it, so you can talk through your phone, through your camera. But yeah, I mean, cell phones are always going to sell.
That's the trouble with these cameras. They're lousy at making phone calls.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But there's still a big enough market for people that want a true camera with all the additional, the cell phone cameras in the cell phones are really, really good, but they don't give you you still don't have, even with all the features, there's still not the flexibility that you have with a true interchangeable lens.
Yeah, but the people that buy those cell phones don't want the interchangeable. They just want something quick and handy.
And there's a lot of pro photographers that have multi-$1,000, full, that do a lot of stuff with their phone because it's the easiest. They take it with them wherever they go.
Yeah, but there are cameras out there now. What you can put SIM card in, and he can send each picture he's taking home to his computer. Yeah, via the SIM card.
Yeah. So it's it's getting farther and farther separated, but what's encouraging, I guess, is that there's still enough people buying, purpose-specific cameras.
Yeah.
That is driving, these companies coming out with new models and updating things. That means that they must see that there's still demand for it, which is good, because that means there's going to be more innovation and everything along the way. So.
See, the only people who make a dedicated film camera these days is Leica, because electronic Leicas don't do video.
Yeah,
because it's a stills camera. Yeah.
Yep.
Like Wes said, all this add-on is just the bonus, isn't it? It does video.
Yeah. And more and more people wanting to do still as well as video, so the cameras are adapting. But yeah, once you have a good sensor, then it's a matter of just updating the software and then maybe adding, the articulated screen or something like that. Other than that,
yeah.
Once you have the sensor, it's not that hard to add the video. Basically flip a switch in the programming and allow it to do video instead of just still images. So.
Well, yesterday I went in a photography shop in Chelmsford, and they had all the cameras in the cases, and I said to them, "Can I have a look at the Sony 7C?" And they got the camera out the case, and they put the box on the counter, and they goes, "We can't open it
because
it was a sealed box." They said, "Yeah, you can only look at it."
What's the point of that?
That's exactly what I said. I'm going to buy a camera off a picture. I said, I want to see the viewfinder, because everyone was going, it's crap. It's a.
Yeah, I want to actually see for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. And I goes, I'm not buying a camera that I haven't had a look at and see what it does. And they goes, oh, well, when we get some more stock in, we might get a demonstrator.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, you just buy it, sight unseen, except for looking at the picture, and then you hope that they have a good return policy, which they probably don't. I don't know.
Well, I just thought, like, it's a couple of grand for body only.
Yeah.
And, I thought, who's going to buy it without having a look and see what it does? So you want to view through the viewfinder. Yeah,
actually see how it. If you like how it feels in your hand, does everything fit? Ergonomically with you.
Yeah, you want to play with a new screen, what does everything.
See how that works, see how that everything, yeah.
Yeah, so they said, no, we can't open it because it's brand new and it's sealed.
And then once you unseal it, then it becomes a used camera.
Yeah, well, that's their problem as a shop, isn't it? So they need a demonstrator.
They should always have extra cameras to demonstrate.
Yeah, they depend on unless they're doing back in the day, they were probably doing so much volume that they could afford to just take one of the ones that they got in stock if they didn't get a demonstrator, open it up. Now they're probably so tight on margin and all of that they don't sell enough that they could never make it back if they, sabotage one of their own boxes.
If someone had a camera, right, and no one was interested, like the store, are they allowed to send that inventory back if it's not selling?
Depends on the manufacturer.
Yeah.
What deal you got? Yeah.
Yeah. So, And they might not. I mean, they might be in one situation, you can't send it back unless it's defective. So if you don't sell it, that's not our problem.
Right.
Because manufacturer's going to get whatever they get for it at wholesale, and okay, we booked the sale. So
yeah, I had a look in their second-hand cabinet, and there was a lovely Hasselblad in there. It looked brand new. They got that out and let me play with it.
yeah,
Nice screen, and I had a look at it, and I go, it's no price. But they went away and they come back and said it's $3,000.
oh, okay,
Yeah, and it was 20-odd years old.
I thought you was going to say if you have to ask for the price, you can't afford it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
yeah,
No, there was no ticket on it, but they went away and they come back and they said it's 3,200, and they said but it's virtually a brand new camera, And I thought for 3,000, I'd want a brand new camera.
yeah, very, very lightly used, basically. Yeah,
It was. I've got to give it to them. It was immaculate. It looked like it was a brand new camera. It had an 80 mil on the front, so 2.8.
Yeah. It was probably It was a 20-year-old brand new camera. New old stock. Isn't that what they call it? New old stock.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It's probably purchased and used very, very little, and then just put away, and then somebody says, "I'll never use this again, and I'm going to sell it." Yeah.
Well, I only paid a couple of £100 for my Bronica when I bought it, and I thought, no, it would be nice to put them side by side and develop the pictures and see. But they reckon even experts get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between the two cameras.
Yeah. And if it was a few hundred to buy the Hasselblad, you'd probably do it, but not 3,000.
$3,000 to find out that the pictures are no better than what you got out of a £200 second-hand camera.
Well, speaking of second-hand pictures, there we go.
This is it.
Did we look at this one last time, or is this a new one?
No, yeah, I think you see that last time.
We did this one last time. Okay.
That was the last one,
Yeah, okay. All right, so we'll jump on this one. Oh, Simi is back. Simi hasn't posted images in a few weeks, probably a month or so. So
He gave us a break.
Yeah.
That looks blurred out to me. Was he using electronic shutter on this?
Yeah. Fluidity. It was a 25-second exposure. There we go.
All right, yeah.
Well, I think maybe he heard Joe talking about him last year. He was talking about Simi doing camera tossing and stuff. So maybe he figured that he better get back in.
Yeah, we haven't seen Simi for a while now, have we?
No, he hadn't posted images for a couple months, so it's good to see him. Good to see him back, and it's fall now, so it's fall and all the stuff there. Should be. I would have met. Well, this was taken September 12th, so I'm assuming he's probably got out and seen some of the fall color, which is probably past right now. It's probably been a week or two since they've been prime fall color season up north. So, but it's nicely done in black and white. Yeah, you get either the wind, the water, and then I'm assuming maybe that in the front here, right around here, there's probably water flowing over the grass, I would think, maybe. I don't know.
Just wind or something.
Yeah. Oh, and it got Explorer too. Look at that, 12,000 views. Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
You sharpened up that front bit.
Yeah. Probably a little bit. He's still using that 750 that he's had for a few years. The one to replace the one that fell in the water.
Superseded now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's Jose. Got the more photos from the surfing. This was taken on September 21st. Huntington Beach. That's a nice one. It's a good color in there on the surfboard, the pink. It's nice to have the other two surfers in the background. It kind of gives a little. Yeah, and he was using the Sony with the 600. Very nice. Upgrade to Pro. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I noticed they're putting timers on them now as well.
Yeah, you got to stick up for.
You can't just flick on. Yeah.
More and more desperate for ad revenue.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if that bodes well for Flickr or not.
I don't get any adverts. I just get 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Yeah. Now I'm using Firefox. I just need to turn on the ad blocker.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The 5-second countdown and that. Where are you getting that?
Well, when you scroll through the pictures,
yeah,
suddenly you'll get an advert or a blank screen.
Really?
And then you can't move on until 4 or 5 seconds has gone by.
Yeah, it kind of forces you to at least look at the annoying ad for at least a second.
Yeah,
two.
but I look at the annoying black screen with it counting down.
Yeah, yeah.
And it says if you want to do away with them, you've got to pay.
With this photograph, is that another swimmer in the top part there?
Yeah, that's another surfer, I guess, in the background. Yeah.
I think they should be taken out and concentrate on this first one, because otherwise it's distracting, and you really can't see what he's doing anyways. So I would take him out.
Yeah, and the last picture they added to.
Yeah, see, this one was right behind him. Yeah, I do tend to agree. Let's see if we get an ad. Okay, yeah, this one. See, they're all kind of going the same direction he was. I think that might be part of it too. See, these other two back here are they're facing the same way he's facing, and they're far enough back, and they're not directly in the the line of sight, that you kind of go front to back. So
I think when you got a picture like this and you got two people you want to see, it should be more in focus all over. That one at the back looks blurred.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, I kind of like it blurred, but I do agree. But I like the fact that they are offline with the main, what is in focus. Whereas this next one, like you said, James, it's right in your line of viewing.
I think it should disappear.
Yeah.
Well, we could make him disappear with no trouble.
Yeah. Get some people.
Put a shopping cart over him.
Yes, yeah.
Take him out with a shopping cart.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a neat one. I like this shot. I'm coming out of the water, and he's got the black and white wetsuit, black and white on the board.
Now, this is really picky, right? Because when I used to do portraits and that, they used to say about hands and stuff. It's like if you look at his hand, it's missing. I think it'd be better if his hand was on top of the board so you could see it. It's being picky.
Yeah, that's being picky, but I could see the point. Well, you could just copy and rotate, drop it right there. I think that would work.
Yeah, but you understand what I mean? If you're doing
I do. Yeah, that there should be both hands. It's like, well, wait a minute. You got an arm with nothing on it. Yeah, yeah. But no, he did a good job of getting getting the the face of him in focus and all that.
It's a nice shot.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like he's heading out of the water to. Yeah. Okay, so I wonder if this was in that same. Maybe that same. No, this looks like it's a little different. Same surfer, but in a different spot. But it's got the. That's a nice. I like that. That's a good capture there. Got him. The board is pretty much vertical.
That looks very energetic,
Yeah. There's a lot
of. You'll pass your prime, Dennis, with this.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I'm getting tired looking at it.
Yeah.
Me too.
You got to work out. See, there we go. Yeah. See, it did 5 seconds. Reduce low back pain. Okay.
This is the commercial. Oh wow.
Yeah, that was it.
It's ready to critique it.
Yeah, I haven't. I've got to turn on the ad blocker part of Firefox. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, so I'm using Vivaldi, and it's built in. You don't have to turn it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one was taken. Okay, September 26th. I would have cropped it just a little bit closer on this side, over here on the right.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my job.
Crop it. I think just this last, I mean, maybe not even remove the this part over here, but just this little bit of a rock where that's kind of going off, you know, the water going around the edge of the rock.
Leaf out as well because it looks distracting. I mean, so you really can't identify what it is. So why have it there? See, if it was blown up and you can see it, it'd be different.
Mhm.
But it is much brighter than everything around. So maybe that's what his thought was. It's just, what's he calling it? Silken stone. So yeah. Did he place the leaf there? That's what I want to know.
If he did, he should take it off.
Was it natural or man-made? This is a 25-second.
And really, when you look at that picture, where does your eye go? My eye goes to that leaf.
Yeah,
Does that
it does.
go?
I'm hoping because that's where mine went exactly too. That's where it's brightest.
Me, I don't think that's the picture. The picture is other parts of that photo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think he definitely wanted the focus to be on the right in the middle there, the leaf kind of in there because I'm.
See, if that's the case, the leaf should be much bigger so you can see it more.
Yeah.
So you can identify that this is the main thing of the picture.
Well, maybe he's hoping with the extra light. I don't know. Yeah. But
Because if you look over to the left and you see the waterfall, right, and it's nice foamy water, what's that got to do with that leaf? It's competing.
it's just a contrast of textures. I think is kind of what I'm assuming by the title, Silken Stone. So really smooth and flowing, and then kind of hard and bright.
I'll give this one a no.
You give it a no? Okay. To the lion pit, Simmy, to the lion pit.
Yeah, I just had a look on my Flickr page, and Simmy's been faving my photographs.
Hey, I got one
good.
The other day. He faved me.
Good.
Yeah,
He favored
so
mine
he's
as well.
keeping in touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just uploaded what a crop I'd done to you, Mark.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because my cousin talking about cropping, I thought I'd show him a photo I cropped.
Oh, okay. You want cropping? We're going to show you a crop.
Yeah, he's catching you. See, he's getting me cropping things now.
A little crop here, a little crop there, don't hurt.
That's it.
Yeah. So this one is transitional, he titles it. Okay. So do you like this one better, James? Because there's more leaves in it?
I don't really like the picture.
No, I'm afraid I've got to agree. It needs to have more in the picture. It's too tight, isn't it?
I look at this, right, and I see the two outsides where they've got the rocks and the leaf. Then you got this nice water foam going down. It's like, what's the picture here? Am I supposed to be watching the rocks or the water? To me, the rocks look nice, and maybe they should have cut out some of that. I don't like this one. It's not me. So no.
What about you, Wes?
It's just kind of generic to me.
Mm.
And if it was like really large, I think it would be cool, but just on a screen, it's not that good.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at
maybe have a little bit more rock on either side. I don't know, or focus on one rock or the other, and then have the water. I don't know.
Yeah, he should have stepped back and made it look a bit more open.
Okay.
Or lean down, get on his knees, and shoot it from a different angle, so you don't see so much as the water, but you see it, but not as much. And then you got the shot.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but he don't like getting too close to the water, Simmy, because he keeps dropping his cameras in. Yeah,
cameras in water don't do well.
There you go. He moved back there.
Yeah.
That's better. He stepped back. He must have heard me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, before I say anything, what does everybody else think of this one?
I like this one. This has got a good.
Yeah, it's better.
it's got a good good theme. It kind of you can follow the water all the way back through, and
Yeah. I mean, that one he just put on, was that a crop of this?
I don't know.
Looks like
Yeah,
the same rocks.
over here, yeah, maybe. I'm sure it's probably the same. Oh, there we go.
Before.
Yeah, this might be maybe over here. I don't know.
See, when you enlarge that, I think it's better
Yeah.
than this whole thing because you're losing focus at the end of it. Where if you come in and just hit this picture mark and enlarge it, I think that makes it look so much better.
So in other words, take out the just take out some of this way up here. Then basically.
Oh, so see where your arrow is. Come down right there.
Yep.
No, come there. Stop there. Go right across. Chop it there.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And you can see what I mean by just clicking on the picture and enlarge.
Yeah.
There. Looks much more nicer. Tells more of a story. Well, I'll definitely crop this one.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Allegro Maestoso. Black and white. So this looks like a detail shot of this. So he's focusing on this area of the image because that's it's the same rock. He's focusing just on the edge of that rock.
What lens are you using on this, Mark?
This is a 24 to 120, and this was at 120.
All right.
So a 3-second exposure. This other lens, probably the same lens, but this is at 35. So he might have been standing in the same spot.
Yeah.
And just
zoom it in.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is 120. So it'd be about 4 times.
So what do you think of the picture?
I like it in black and white, I think, better than I would in color. But maybe it's too zoomed in?
No, I don't think that. I think with that water and that, it's because it's got the foam effect, which is nice. I think the foam effect makes it look blurred picture with that rock there. I think he should have done something else. Take some of that foam effect out and should bring more of the rock in so you can contrast it against the water and the rock. But
Okay.
I don't think much of it.
If you took this rock completely out, then you would have a totally abstract image.
Well, do that. Click on your enlarge on the picture. Click it. Can you do it again? No, it's
Well, that's too big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you see it gets better because you can see the rock as well.
Oh, there we go.
I just think there's too much foamy water in there for what it is because the foamy water's nice, but it makes it look blurred. So if I have that rock and have the water contrast against the rock, it makes a better picture. Because right now, what's the story? Is the water the story or the rock?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in the state.
I think he's trying to tell a story of the water. Yeah, but.
Well, me, I'd be turning it upside down, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll throw it out the window.
Flip it. Flip it.
Invert it.
Yeah.
Invert it, yeah.
I like this one. This is nice.
Sublime. No, it's not nice, James. It's sublime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It looks good in black and white as well.
Yeah. This is definitely a nice image in black and white. Yeah. That's okay. So we go back to the group. We'll probably find. Here's Dennis's. Okay. So this is cropped from what? What was it?
Yeah, that's well cropped. That's probably about 25% of the actual picture.
Oh, okay. All right. So do we have the original picture somewhere else on here?
No, I was just playing with stuff I've done in the past, but
Okay.
this is definitely the Voigtlander because it's got that glow. It's got that halo around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, around the edge of the flower there. Yeah.
Dennis, I like the picture, but if you look in the background with that, looks like another flower. I think because it's blurred, it distracts the main foreground.
Yeah.
I think it should be taken off. Otherwise, let it be seen what it is, not just a blurred blob.
Yeah, I'd get away with that. I'd probably clone that green, innit, and get rid of it.
Because the foreground, the picture looks lovely. It's got plenty of detail and everything. But my eye keeps sliding over to the other part.
Yeah, it's definitely got separation. That lens can definitely separate the foreground from the background.
Yeah, maybe you do that. The thing that got me was this little bit of purple over here in the upper.
I was just gonna say that.
The upper right. Yeah, now that you say that, you got to crop it more, Dennis. Crop it more.
Yeah, well, I never used to crop any of my photographs, really.
Yeah.
Well, then you met me.
Yeah, well, that's it. You see, I've been taking lessons.
I've cropped pictures that you wouldn't believe was cropped.
Yeah, it is. That's the benefit of a full frame as well.
Yep.
You know, obviously, if you had one of the ones which were 50 megapixels, you could use just a fraction of the picture, and it's still going to look okay.
Yep, because you're still going to have enough detail to get through.
You won't have to carry a separate telephoto with you. You can just crop out what you want.
Yeah, you get a like a 20 to 70, and then you're good. Yeah.
Just take a 35 mil out with you.
Yep. You go from a 35 to 120 just by cropping.
Just by cropping, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, some good images. Good ones. Thanks for getting back and posting, Simi. Although I think James sent you to the lines on a couple images, but I'm sure you'll recover. So, but yeah, this is good stuff as always. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the.
I look at it that my critiquing is helping people.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's always good to get other opinions.
Positive and constructive as well, not being rude.
Yeah, no, it's always good to get opinions on. This is all. Photography is pretty much 100% subjective. And really, what is, so everybody has a different opinion of what they like, what they don't like, what's good, what isn't. So it is
pretty dark here now. Look,
it's dark. Crop it.
Well, it's definitely dark here because it's Monday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna. So you go back. Do you go back to daylight saving next week, right, Dennis? Do you?
Yeah, we go back to Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah, the last Sunday in the month.
Okay, and we're an extra week because we go back the first Saturday in November, I think. So we have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Until we go back. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So there's a 1 week difference in the winter, and there 2 weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
You go 2 weeks before us, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So. Okay. Well, good. Well, I should be back here in 2 weeks, unless I've still got a cold. Hopefully not.
Yeah, we don't want to catch it.
No. Yeah. Dennis should be done with his. I'll be done with mine. And we'll be into November at that point. Wow. Yeah.
So have you had your booster shot?
Well, me?
You have, haven't you, Dennis?
No.
Have you, Wes?
I don't think I'm eligible.
No, I've had my booster shot.
Yeah, you are. They're probably going to approve it for under 65. I would guess probably in the next month or so, I'd imagine.
I think over here it's 50. Over 50, you're going to get a booster.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're still at 65 and 65 and older here, but they'll probably move it down to 50 or something like that, I would imagine, in the next month or so.
It's spreading quite bad here again at the moment. 45,000 a day or something getting infected.
Yeah, well, people are going back indoors. That's part of the problem, I think. Yeah.
But when you go out, I mean, I was in the town, Chelmsford, and there's hardly anybody wearing any face coverings or anything. Now they're going in like we've got to bring back the mandatory masks, because this is spreading. But the government said that the booster program, and they're doing all the kids now as well, 12 years and up,
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're going that the vaccination will ride out the infections, you know, because they say people are catching it, but they don't want it to kill you. That's the main thing. You got
Yeah.
As long as the hospitals going to start getting overloaded again.
Yeah. No, it's probably this. I know it's here. They're saying about 95% of people that are hospitalized with COVID are unvaccinated. You know, there's always a few percent that, you know, are in really bad shape to begin with, and they get it. You know, they're vaccinated and they get it and they're hospitalized. But vast majority of people that are hospitalized are because they're not vaccinated.
Yeah, they're sticking them on our TV now. There's a woman laying in an intensive care bed, been on a ventilator for a week. Yeah, and she's surviving, and they were talking to her. And they're going, "Why didn't you have your vaccination?" She goes, "I didn't think I needed it. I'm quite young." But it nearly killed her. You know.
We see a lot of that on the TV over here.
Yeah. Don't think it'll affect them. Yeah, and you know, most of the younger people that get it, you know, don't end up in the hospital. But you know, when you do, it's not a good thing.
There's going to be a percentage of people that don't want the vaccine are going to be okay. It's going to be that percentage.
Yeah. Did you see the problems in Italy in the last couple of weeks? I was watching the Italian news channel on the satellite, and they're rioting over there because the Italian government has got a green pass.
Okay.
Yeah. And apparently, if you haven't got a pass to say that you've been vaccinated, your employer can sack you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people can refuse to work with you. And they were blockading the ports and burning police cars and writing saying, like, Big Brother, you know, trying to control the population. But
yeah.
A lot of people here are getting fired for not getting vaccinated.
Yep.
Yeah,
Companies are requiring it, or at a minimum, a lot of companies are putting in that if you're not vaccinated, they're charging an extra surcharge on your like your health insurance. I saw, you know, one of the people I was talking to for work is going through enrollment period, and I said, yeah, they just added this to the health insurance benefit. If you're not vaccinated, you pay an extra $300 a month or something for health insurance.
Yeah, because you're a high risk.
Yeah, you're higher risk. Yeah, so you still have your job. You're just going to pay, you know, twice as much for health insurance as you were before. So,
see, over here, no one pays for their health insurance. So, you know, or NHS.
For your wages.
Yeah, I know everybody's paid for their wages, but it's like you can't. In America, it would influence you, wouldn't it? If there's something saying you've got to pay another $300 a month for your medical, you know. There'd be riots. So
over
here, they're going to look after them whether they're sick or not. You know, if they end up in intensive care because they haven't been vaccinated, it's not going to cost them anything. It might cost them their life, obviously.
Yeah.
Hey Wes, how's your job going?
It's going great. Really enjoying it.
Good to hear.
Good.
Yep.
I bet you're glad to get back to work, aren't you, Wes?
Yeah, it's nice to have a job to go to.
Yeah.
You have the money.
Time off is good for a while, but then if you're not planning on being off, then it's not so much fun. Yeah.
I can actually have some money to go do things I want to do on the weekends. So
that's the thing, having no money.
Yeah. You just end up having to cut your budget way back, and you just cut back to the bare essentials, and you can do that for a while, but then it's like, well, come on, I'd really like to. Like that
at least having a photography as a hobby, you got all your gear, so you can do your hobby without it costing you a fortune, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've already paid out for the stuff.
It's not. There's no real incremental cost for taking more photos if you have the equipment already. It doesn't. So if you got the software and the camera and the lens, you're good. Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, good show, guys. James, you're sitting in the dark there, so enjoy your stay in Myrtle Beach.
We've got a light up the top there behind.
Yeah. Enjoy your stay in Myrtle Beach. Dennis, get well. I will endeavor to get well as well. And Wes, don't get a cold, and James, don't get a cold.
I don't plan to.
Okay.
No, too right, mate. It's going about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then, guys. Speak
All
to you
right.
next week or 2 weeks time.
Yeah. 2 weeks out. All right.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Guys.
See ya. All right.
See ya.